All right, guys, welcome in. Welcome back to Above Ground World News. It's Taco Tuesday night. Tuesday night news, man. Some nights, man, I start going across my feeds and these articles just come in that just blow your mind. But anyway, we're going to jump into some crazy stuff. We'll get into the weather stuff. We'll get into the ship tracks, the toxic bunker fuel that's going on out in the Pacific. We're also going to go into some 5G technology. And what you might not know is 5G is basically a phased array radar, just like the ionospheric heaters, just like Hart. Anyway, we're going to try to get into that here a little bit later in the show. Let's jump into some of these headlines. Oh, before we jump into the headlines, check this out. I went over to the DLIVE. And, man, look at all these subscribers that just popped on out of nowhere. Well, anyway, welcome in there on DLive if you're here to watch the show. I don't know if somebody sent all these people over or where they come from. Anyway, welcome in. Let's jump into this stuff. Oyster fishermen dredging up 100% dead oysters. This happened down in New Orleans. They're saying that 100% of what they're dredging up is coming up dead. This is a serious hit to the livelihoods down here. I mean, you got all the algae blooms and the flesh-eating bacteria. Holy crap, look at that picture of that lady down there. Wow. Just crazy stuff. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. We know that this stuff's just going to keep on getting worse. Yeah, I think we reported on that Mississippi Beach water warning now extends into Jackson County. Yeah, well, we got too much stuff to jump into. So, man, this is really crazy right here. But when you go into the article, this is going to explain a lot about the elite and what they're trying to do. So the Yale scientists restore brain function to 32 clinically dead pigs. Researchers hope the technology will further our understanding of the brain, but lawmakers may not be ready for the ethical challenges. I mean, that's just disgusting. But anyway, they took these, I might have reported on this before, something like this. I know that we reported on China that implanted human brains into monkeys, and there was something going on with the pigs. I mean, this stuff is just sci-fi stuff here. So the researchers at Yale, they successfully restored some functions to pig brains that had been dead for 4 hours. Now when you, this is pretty weird right here. The researchers did not hail from the house. What is dead may not never die, but came up largely from the Yale School of Medicine. They connected 32 pig brains to a system called BrainX. BrainX is an artificial perfusion system that is a system that takes over functions normally regulated by the organ. The pigs had been killed 4 hours earlier at the U.S. Department of Agriculture slaughterhouse. Their brains were completely removed from the skulls, and then a experiment solution into the brain to mimic the blood flow. It brought oxygen, nutrients to the tissues, giving the brain cells and resources to begin normal functions. Holy crap. And what this is, man, this is the test so that these madmen, these crazy elitists can upload their brains into a computer. They'll be transhumans. So just when I read into this, that's what I'm seeing. That's what this is for. So anyway, crazy stuff. All these links are going to be in the description. Not a very good article for Taco Tuesday, but hey, it's what's happening. We got this going on over, I think this is in, where is this at? Is this Austin? Where is this at? I thought this was in California. Maybe it is. Let me look here. Okay. Yeah, that's the, so starting Monday, homeless people will be able to camp on city sidewalks. Welcome to the new California. Changes to the way City of Austin and its police department will handle homeless people go into effect Monday after they passed an ordinance largely decriminalizing the act of sitting, laying, or camping in public areas. I'm trying to figure out, this is in, I don't know about Austin, California. I mean, there must be, but I thought it was, this is in Texas. Yeah, I have no idea. It really don't even say. But anyway, you know, you got all this madness with the right and the left, and that Cortez lady down there at the border, you know, trying to get all the illegals that are trying to get across the border, the invasion, to you know, give them shampoo and food and water. What about all these people living on the streets of America now? Do they have clean water? Do they have restrooms? Do they have shampoo? No, they're living on the, I mean, things are completely upside down. And get this, the military wants AI to manage America's airwaves using a massive simulator dubbed the Coliseum. DARPA is experimenting with AI that manages radio spectrum. Hey, this is Geostorm. This is Skynet. Pretty crazy stuff. In the internet era, you'd be hard-pressed to find more valuable resources than the radio spectrum. Technically owned by the public. We can't give it away to them. The U.S. spectrum is managed by the government, the FCC, and the NTIA, then doled out to corporations via license auction. You know, we need a license for all the truth channels. With wireless spectrum usage growing at a rate of 50% per year, thanks to the rise of mobile internet, engineers have turned to spectrum sharing, frequency hopping techniques to more efficiently utilize a limited resource. Well, if it's a resource, they're definitely going to take full control of it, and you're not going to be able to get anything. But yeah, this is a pretty good article here. Get in and read it. I'm not going to waste too much time on all this. Now, this is really nuts right here. I think Dabu did a video on this. Air Force jet hits bird and drops 3 dummy bombs over Florida. What? So a bird hit it. Man, you guys seen the A-10 that did like a wing wave right over my house a while back. And it was an A-10 just like this, man. They can slam a bird. It's not going to make them drop a bomb. They don't even tell you, you know, too much about this. So the Air Force says it's investigating after a fighter jet struck a bird and dropped 3 dummy bombs used for training over northern Florida. Moody Air Force Base in central Georgia said in a news release there was no immediate reports of injuries or damage after the 25-pound non-explosive training munitions were dropped Monday afternoon by an A-10C Thunderbolt II jet. The base said the bird strike had caused an inadvertent release of the 3 dummy bombs. The Air Force said it didn't know where the training bombs landed, but they suspected the area was about 54 miles south near Swanee Springs in northern Florida. The Air Force said the dummy bombs through inert contained small pyrotechnic charges and should not be handled. So they actually do have a little bit of explosives. And it makes you wonder, what if this thing was loaded with real bombs? How the hell does a bird make 3 bombs drop? I mean, if that's where we're at, we're in deep crap. So, you know, that, you know, if we got in some kind of, you know, stupid war, we could just release a bunch of flock of seagulls and end the war, because all the planes will be dropping bombs on each other. Yeah, Dutch Sense had posted this link to this right here, this simulation-enabled 5G antenna design. And basically what it boils down to, like I said, the link's in there. It's pretty long video, like an hour video. I listened to about half of it and had to get ready for the show. But yeah, basically it's telling you that these 5G chips, the antennas, they're arrays just like a HARP array. They're the same damn thing but miniature. So they're high frequency and array topography pose simulation. But yeah, man, pretty crazy. You guys should listen to this if you got some time. So basically these are mini HARP arrays on all the light poles that they're wanting to go in. So pretty nuts right there. New York City just declared a climate emergency. We are in the midst of a climate crisis. No, we're not. We're in the midst of a climate control war. That's what we're in. By declaring a climate emergency, New York signals that it understands the urgency of climate change. Scratch that out as climate control, which threatens to unleash catastrophic environmental consequences in the decades ahead unless rapid action is taken by the governments around the world. So pay us a bunch of money and we'll fix the climate. They already have rain made to order right now. And before I go any farther, check this out. These are the ship tracks that's going on over in the Pacific right now. What are these ship tracks? These are toxic bunker fuel. I mean, this is the most toxic emissions on the planet, which we're going to go a little deeper into this after we get done with the headlines. But I just wanted to show that, which we're going to get deeper into that here in a few minutes here. Over in Fort Bragg, a gate shut down after a man attempted to gain access. Explosives detected. But then when they looked, there was no explosive. So what's going on with this? And it's called the All-American Gate, has been reopened. According to Fort Bragg officials, the vehicle and suspicious package were inspected and no explosives were found. Well, what made it set off that the explosives were detected? They don't get into that. Anyway, the links are in the description. We want to look at that a little more. The war on Southern California smog is slipping. Fixing it is a $14 billion problem. And here we go. This is where they want you to pay for the air you breathe. Instead of stopping the aerosols and the chemtrails and the boat tracks and the ship tracks and the using all the ionospheric heaters and all the antenna arrays, man, they just want you to give them more money. The war on smog has been called one of America's greatest environmental successes in decades of emissions cutting regulations under a bipartisan law. The 1970 Clean Air Act has eased the choking pollution that once shrouded the U.S. cities. Oh, I gotta get a drink. Yeah, I got kind of like an ear infection or something. It's kind of messing me up. But now the air quality is slipping again. Bad air days are ticking up across the nation and emissions reductions are slowing. The most notable netback has been the ozone. The lung damage gas and smog that builds up in warm, sunny weather triggers asthma attacks. You mean like thunderstorm asthma? And other health problems that can be deadly. Well, they're not telling you the truth. They're not telling you about the bunker fuel. They're not telling you about these ship tracks. They're not telling you about the dust that's been blown across 5,000 miles from the Sahara Desert and just inundated the whole country. We're getting hit by the second wave today. So, man, they're such liars. But hey, $14 billion, hey. They spend so much money already. that 14 billion is probably going to go to the weather control program. And this isn't really an article. I was checking out the new soldier protection system. I wonder if I can order one of these. They might come in handy. Then we had this crazy this trash truck fell inside a sinkhole in Italy. But like when you look at this thumbnail right here, man, it looks like a monstrous sinkhole. I mean, whoever took that picture, man, they did a good job. They made that thing look like a monster sinkhole. The Italian fire brigade said the collapse of the road resulted in a broken gas line. At least 15 residents were evacuated. But then when you scroll down a little bit, that's all the bigger the hole is. Is that a model truck in there? What the heck? Is that like a miniature trash truck? Or has it grown? Anyway, pretty freaky right there. So that's more of the bizarre news. So they said the sinkhole was about 26 feet wide and 40 foot deep. And they still don't know what caused the sinkhole. Man, I'm telling you, something major is going on right there. Just more earth-changing news. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I guess, you know, it's Fox News, so I guess it could be photoshopped. I mean, it's all... But, I mean, when I'm looking at that, I'm looking at the size of the gas line or the water main right there. Looking at the bricks. And that truck, I mean, I guess if it's 40 foot down, I guess it could look that little. But the perspective, when you get here, you're like, what? That's crazy right there. I mean, what the heck? We're supposed to believe they fudged something right there. That's the mainstream for you. California scientists consider case of poisoned songbirds. The American goldfinches were found dead at the base of trees recently sprayed with an insecticide in a neighborhood in Modesto, California. So the researchers of the California Department of Fish and Wildlife have closed the case of the poisoned songbirds. Their conclusion, the birds died after eating elm tree seeds exposed to a pesticide synthetically derived from nicotine. What? The birds died after eating elm tree seeds exposed to a pesticide synthetically derived from nicotine. What? That just don't even freaking make sense to me. Am I just going crazy, or is that just don't even make sense? What it really was probably was the 5G. It was the chemtrails. You know, it's anything but what they tell us. That's for sure. All right, what happened to this one? All right, here's more. Whoa. Summer heat fries the muscles on the roadways, or what? Or the concrete crumbles. Well, where's the rest of the article? Oh man, I don't want to play this. Just see if I can fast forward it. Stupid mainstream, man, they suck. All right, well, apparently it's so hot in California that the clams are like cooking. I mean, we've seen that over in Europe or somewhere, that the cow turds and stuff were exploding from the heat. All right, yeah, I can't screw that. The Weather Channel. Okay, yeah, Alaska's forecast to get hotter. Well, it's getting hotter because of these ship tracks that we're getting ready to get into. And we've been watching them, the heat anomaly out there. In fact, let's go ahead and bring that heat anomaly up real quick. And they're wanting to heat the Arctic to get to the resources. They're going to build the One World train system. They've probably already built the underground tunnel. If I can, I'll bring up that One World Train link again if I can find it here. Here, I'll do that here in a second. So let me go ahead here. Just bear with me here. All right, we got the Hurricane Barbara now here. I mean, the mainstream, or even the YouTube channels, the YouTube meteorologists are hyping this baby up. We told you it's going to die down from the dust from the Sahara Desert. You watch. They're like saying, oh, it's going to be a Category 5, Category 6. Nah, it's going to die out. We called it like a week ago. So let me get this on the ocean. It's not going to hit nothing unless they make it hit something. But that wasn't the weather plan. So we come over here to the sea surface temperature anomalies. So right out here where all the bunker fuel is being deployed, all the chemtrails, all the fires, it's creating a super hot spot up here in the Arctic, out here in the Pacific. This is why all the whales are washing up. You know, between the heat and the toxic emissions that they're putting out, that's why all the animals are dying out here. Plus, you got Fukushima still leaking. But, you know, they keep saying we got an El Nino, but we don't. I mean, the last El Nino we got to go back to 2016 in January. And that was our last mild, or it might have been 2017. We'll know here in a second. Yeah, here was the last weak El Nino that we had. No heat up here. All the heat was coming off Fukushima. And we had this heat anomaly. Look at the East Coast was just insane. So this is in January back in 2016. Bring it back to now. You know, they keep saying that the ocean is, you know, rising and all this stuff, saying it's getting hotter. But when you look at the sea surface temperatures, it's really not. It's actually cooling. I mean, normally you'd have a lot bigger hot spot out here than that. So really, the ocean is actually pretty damn cool right now, except for where the anomalies are. Anyway, we'll get back into that here in a minute. So if you were with us last night, we spotted this monstrous shipping operation out here, the ship tracks. This was today, so they're still out here. Let me add the 3.7 microns here. Let them stand out a little better. We're going to get into these ship tracks a little bit heavier tonight. Yeah, wow, man, they're going to give us that stupid error again. So we'll let that load. And I'll show you the dust that's hitting us right now. I mean, this stuff, this is why my throat's all messed up, is this stupid Sahara dust. Alright, yeah, we're getting hit by the second wave. Looks like the internet is running like crap right now. What the heck? Alright, so here we are. Let me back this up so you can see this dust. Normally this dust shoots south, but it's been hitting us because they have the jet stream all manipulated. And we'll show you that here a little bit later in the show. Man, I cannot believe the stream is running so slow. So I'll just have to back this up a little bit. See, really that dust is already wrapping up into that hurricane. That's going to overseed the hurricane. And it's going to kill it out. So I'm trying to get this backed up so we can show you guys this. Alright, here we go. So this is the first wave that hit us of the Sahara dust. Then we can just track it on forward. I mean, it's going right up the same way they're pulling the atmospheric river. They're also pulling this dust up. I mean, this is some toxic stuff. This is some PM 2.5s. This is a carcinogen. There could be viruses in this stuff. You know, who knows? So you can see it's just as bad right here in the Gulf of Mexico as it is over in the desert. So we're getting the desert dust going all the way across the Atlantic into the United States, all the way up into Canada. And look at that hurricane wrapping up. All this dust is wrapping into that hurricane. So yeah, man, we got the second waves coming. Look, it looks, we're not going to get a break. It's going to keep on coming. I think I can fast forward this a day or two. So wow, we're going to have another wave. Look, it's starting to go back down where it's supposed to go. So they definitely are manipulating the jet streams like big time. Yeah, we got another huge wave coming. Hey, thanks out there, Bamboo. Much love out there. So wow. Okay, let me get it back on now. And close that. So now you can pretty much see the ship tracks, all these long white lines. They start out at a point. That's the bunker fuel. That was yesterday. As we go into today, and they're still out here, mega grids. Of course, you got all the chemtrails too. Let's go ahead and jump into this article over here on Climate Viewer News, or yeah, climateviewer.com. Now, Jim Lee's done quite a few videos on this stuff, and this link should be in the description. You can find out about these ship tracks, bunker fuel, dirty clouds, blatant lies, sulfuric acid from aviation and ship tracks may be higher today than geoengineering solar radiation management would require in 2020. So they're already putting out more of the emissions now than what they would do if they were doing, if they admitted to doing it on purpose. Here's the article on how the increased lightning follows the shipping lanes. We show that all the time on the Earth Null. So lightning storms triggered by exhaust from the cargo ships. Now there's one article I was wanting to get to. Maybe I'm not on the right page here. Let me see if I can find what I was looking for. Wow, I'm not on the right page. Yeah, there was an article that just come out on this, and now I can't find it. Right here, in a single day, one cruise ship emits as much as 1 million cars. Anyway, this link's in there if you guys want to read into all that. And here we are over on the RAM slider. Let me enhance this so you guys can see this a little better. And there we are. There's the ship track operation from yesterday. We got so many ships out here. And we can go up 240 minutes at a time here. And hopefully that's coming in for you guys. Some's going to be really dark because I got it enhanced. And then here is the shipping operation today. I'll do it once without the enhancement just to see which way it's better, and then I'll know next time if I should do it enhanced or not. So yeah, man, we got a major weather modification program going on out here in the Pacific, right where all the whales are dying. Everything's dying out here. They're melting the poles and all that stuff. All right, let me back this thing out, and it's probably not gonna. And we'll try to change the color. Let's see what it looks like on the air mass. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Same operation today as it was yesterday. Wow, you can actually see the aerosols being deployed in that low pressure system. Let's see if this thing will load. Wow, it actually loaded in a decent amount of time. Looked like the hurricane was doing an eye wall replacement, or it's getting ready to. It's starting to spin around. Looks pretty strong right now. We'll take a look at that. We're probably done with that for now. We could go ahead and look at the quality over here. You guys probably can't tell, but look at the quality on DLIVE versus YouTube, man. Just completely way better. All right, while we're here, we might as well go ahead and finish with this. Let's go ahead and check the ocean wave heights off this hurricane right here. We're looking at 47.5 foot waves, 47.8, 44, 46, so almost 48 foot waves right now. Pretty crazy. Wonder if we can pull this. Let's go out a little ways. Let's go out a day. Let's see what they are. 46 foot. Go out another day. We'll check all the models, man. This thing's definitely going to die out, though. I've been saying it. So 41 foot waves. You notice all the mainstream. See, that dust is killing it, man. If there wasn't for that Sahara dust, this thing might have hit Hawaii like at a Cat 5, but no, there's too many particulates in the air. And we said that as soon as we seen the dust railing off the Sahara Desert headed for the United States, that's when the rain slowed down. That's when everything changed. And that's because there's too many particulates up in there. Let's go ahead and check the jet stream right now. First, we'll check the polar vortex. Whoa, what did I just see there? All right, so we're looking at the winds up in the stratosphere. These are the polar vortex winds. And this is really a weird anomaly going on right here at the equator. But look what I'm seeing right here. Is that the hurricane? So that hurricane is like tapping all the way in to the troposphere. So that's pretty crazy right there. This is one of the reasons we're getting all that dust, man. They've created some kind of weird anomaly with the winds. Let's check the jet stream. So look, we still don't have a jet stream over the United States. It comes in right there at Northern California, Oregon, then it goes right on up into Canada. There is no jet stream over the United States right now. It's something to do with the shipping operations up here. Look, they're creating, this is in a triangle shape. Triangles, man. These are supposed to be circles. I used to call these the gear drive up here, but they have the whole jet stream just waxed, man. That is crazy. Let's check the vortex layer. Looks like we got a land cyclone up there in Canada. Man, there's some pretty good winds with that hurricane. That thing's probably like Cat 4 right now. We'll check into that here in a minute. Yeah, that's pretty strong right now. All right, let's go ahead and check the carbon monoxide. You know, California's been getting smogged out. We got fires going on up in Alaska, up in Russia. I mean, they got mega fires going on in Russia, up in Canada is being burned up. But why is it so bad over here on the East Coast? Look at that, Boston, your air quality is horrible. Around Michigan. I mean, we got a volcano down here that doesn't look as bad as the East Coast. Let's go ahead and check the carbon dioxide. And California is probably going to be the highest spot on the planet, down there where bamboo is. So you got one little spot of some really toxic air. And same with the East Coast. Whoa, look at that. That's pretty crazy. All right. Stream just kind of keeps kicking on, kicking off. Probably the audio won't line up with the video later. And here's what I was talking about, the cargo ship, the shipping lanes right here. The lightning seems to follow these. That's because of all the extra heavy metals and sulfur and all that crap in the ship tracks, or in the bunker fuel. Already showed you the dust and all that crap. Let's check out the particulates. And we got a really bad spot right there in southern Florida. Look at through Louisiana, Mississippi, parts of Alabama, Kentucky. Man, you guys got some toxic air. Actually, the whole United States is being inundated with carcinogens right now. Check the PM10s. These aren't as bad, but they're still really bad for you. So we got carcinogens floating all around. That's why my throat is messed up. It's because of this crap right here. And then you got the toxic chemtrails keeping it in, trapping it in. And then you got the bunker fuel trapping it in. All right, no really space weather. Okay, let's get out of that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the worldview map. So yeah, yesterday was this. I mean, that's just mega grids. So right there, there's the climate change. That's the climate change right there. So it looks like that the spraying operation over San Francisco has slowed up a lot. We'll have to check the different layers just to make sure. Yep, they're getting ready to hit you guys again. They're going to trap some more of that in there. Whoa, what do we got here? We're missing some, we got some freak out going on with the satellites. Wow, haven't seen that in a long time. Hey, no problem there, Cynthia. Look, no aerosols being deployed over the Bajas, except for maybe way down south. And this is that little change we were talking about in the 16-day forecast, where pretty soon the storms are going to start inundating the south and the east. We have, I gotta let that load, man. It looks like a 90-degree turn in the clouds. All right, is it not going to load for us? Well, while we're waiting on that to load, let's go ahead and check the tropical cyclone page and see what's going on with Hurricane Barbara. Here, I got to close that. I got to add it in here, or you guys won't be able to see it. Yeah, it's brutal out there. The heat, if you're in the sun, man, with the weak magnetic shield, you get roasted quick. Like, it's insane, man. Like my car, the AC will not keep up with this kind of sun. It just don't do it. So yeah, right now we're at a category 4, 135 mile an hour knot winds. Expected to go into a category 3, back down in 2 and die out, just like we thought. We could put the different tracks on here. Yeah, the all the other mainstream news, they really hyped this thing up and trying to freak everybody out there on Hawaii. Let's see what this thing looks like here. It's pretty wicked right now. Category 4 is no joke. 50-foot waves. Alright, if we can get it to load. Yeah, they're going to keep on pushing all that propaganda and stuff on between the Russia and China, man. That's part of it. They're going to just keep pushing that. They don't have the full new world order in effect yet. They're not ready for that final battle yet. Wow, why isn't it loaded, man? But maybe if I close the that, see if that'll help. Man, what the heck is going on? Simple little thing to load and it won't load. There we go, finally. Let me take them tracks out there. So yeah, we're definitely in a category 4 right now. Looks like it's getting ready to do an eye wall replacement. Let's go ahead and check the water vapor. Nice eye wall on that thing. I think I've seen a chemtrail going through there. Something is flying around in the eye. Maybe it's the birds. That almost looks like the Hurricane Michael signature right there. You guys, I just seen somebody's trying to get a hold of me. What do you guys need out there? I just seen that message. No, Planet X is not causing the hurricanes. Alright, yeah, I thought somebody's trying to get a hold of me. Hey, what's up, Thomas? Son's out there. Hey, welcome in. I think somebody had a question for me out there, but now I'm not seeing nothing. Alright, well, I was paying attention now, and then now there's nothing coming out. Alright. Can I please focus? That's YouTube, Ken. That's not me. That's YouTube not giving you guys a good picture. Go over to DLIVE. Go to DTV Live. It's way more clear. Yeah, all that stuff. All right, so we got this. This is documented. We don't need that no more. Look, we know where it's going. Let's go check the tropical tidbits real quick. That hurricane's down in the South Pacific. It's called Hurricane Barbara. It's well off the coast of Mexico. It's kind of aiming like it's going towards Hawaii, but it's not going to get there, man. It's being inundated with that dust. We've been talking about it for days. So, yeah, it's not going to hit nothing, man. It's going to die out. There's too much particulates in the air. Alright, so we'll just check this real quick. We'll just go a couple hours here, see if there's any kind of major changes. So, yep, still the north states are going to be getting hammered just like we Said 2 weeks ago, and then here comes these south storms are going to start firing up. Kind of wondering what all this dust is. Is this going to be like acid rain from all the dust? Oh, I was trying to look at the July 4th forecast here. Let me get back to the 4th. Okay, so here's the 4th, spotty showers for the Midwest. Nothing major, except for on July 4th. There, right at where all the weather modification planes were spotted on the flight tracker, Weather Modification Incorporated. They're doing cloud seeding operations right here, right where that storm is. That's where the severe weather is. Is it a coincidence? No. Anyway, guys, this thing is not going to load. Alright, we're probably going to call this a short show tonight. Anyway, guys, make sure you jump over to the DLIVE. I'm going to start to do some exclusive stuff over there. I've got to try to get like 5 of actual subscribers over there to keep the status of the partnership thing. So we'll check that out here in a minute. Alright, let's rock out, guys. Let's rise. Don't worry about all that propaganda on the mainstream. They're all full of bull. Just go by what you feel, man. That's what's really going on. Go by what you see. Don't play into their fake news, because it's all fake. Yeah, I did that on purpose. I did the 3 boobs instead of 3 bombs, because every single night I have to go in and every single night they demonetize the video as soon as we're done with the stream. And it's usually something I have in my title, so then there's no revenue for the first 5,000 views. I mean, they're just ripping us off out here big time. Anyway, guys, let's rock out. Let's rise. We're going to join together soon. Anyway, here we go. Much love, guys. See you tomorrow night, God willing. Let's see if I can get this thing to work.